Hello guys and welcome back to the Madden mashup. Today I'm going to show you guys how to attack man and man coverage out of the, man and match coverage out of the Singleback Y Trips formation in the Patriots playbook. The plays I'm going to be using in my audibles are curl, stretch alert lookie, wide receiver post, and PAY glance. Normally if I'm in an actual game I'll come out and like dive, but I don't really need to show people how to run dive, so I'm just going to start off with PAY glance. I'm just going to start off with cover one. The good thing about PAY glance is it has that double move route that the play that I showed in my previous video, PA dive, has as well. You don't have to smart route it, but I like to do that to make it a little shorter against certain coverages. It depends on what the defense is doing. Like this is like if they're playing like aggressive man and they have, well, if they're playing off but they have purples out there. The good thing about this route is it doesn't matter. If they have one step ahead and they're playing off, they're still going to get beat every time. Like, I can flip this play right now. Well, I'm going to flip it and while they're still playing off. I'm going to run it on Gilmore, and he's still not going to stop it. Second. See, his one step ahead lights up, but it just gets him beat worse. That's against off-man coverage. That's just typically a formation that someone might come out in, like if you're running the ball out of this, but a lot of people against the run, one of the metas is they like to show blitz, like pinch, bring this guy down, they're using him. So that means they're probably going to be down here in the box with their safety, so there's still no safety help. The good thing is against show blitz, you don't really have to change anything that you do. You just snap the ball and that double move route is still going to just post that. Thing about this play is it gets slowed down by press coverage. Like you see, I'll press one time right here, and I'll have that same double move route out there. You might be able to throw it. It's just, I don't know. It's a 50-50 ball basically, and the defense won right there. All right, I'm gonna show you what I do with this play. Like if someone's pressing, I'm gonna just press the defense. One thing that's important is I like to put this tight end on just like another route. Like I don't like to leave him on that post because even though that post is decent against man, it can get in the way of the double move route sometimes. Oops, I'm gonna have to snap the ball because I accidentally touched my corner. Okay, I'm gonna get off the cornerback now to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm gonna press again, and against man. Against press man, if they're like still down here like in the box, they're trying to be safe against the run. If you motion that guy in, you typically get a better release because he doesn't line up directly over the receiver. You get an inside release and then you can like just bomb it. I'm gonna see if it happens here. I got sacked. It was there, but they got a shed on me. What can you do about practice mode, really? Sheds are like crazy. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna press, like bring this guy down. I don't want to take him completely out of play, but like usually I'll throw like this trail route, or either I'll block and release him and do something with my running back. I'm just gonna use the trail. I use Hot Route Master in my franchise, so a lot of the plays that I practice I use Hot Route Master as well. But I'm just gonna snap this again, see if I get a little bit more time. Maybe not. Nope. You see Godwin's still getting behind him every time, and you don't get sacked like this in a real game. It's just unfortunate. That's the way they have practice mode. I'm gonna pinch again. I'm gonna spy one guy and see if I can get a little more time, just to make it more like a game situation. All right, then everything's good. I put McCourty in that 3 rec because if they're using him, they're typically not just going to sprint straight back unless you've just been taking them up top like the whole game. Alright, let's see. Yes. That's what would typically happen in a real game if they were in press coverage against that play. The thing about the press is if they're pressed, one step ahead can activate. So if you see that they have their one step ahead corner on you, you might want to flip the play and run it to the other side. Like in this case, I wouldn't flip it because I don't want to. If they're running press, I wouldn't flip it because I don't want him to run that at Gilmore because he will activate if they're in press coverage. That's the only time that press coverage activates against that route. I mean, that's the only time that one step ahead activates against that route. It's press man. Next, I'm going to show you how this play can be effective against cover 3 match. Alright, cover 3 match. The way cover 3 matches works is it's basically like it has some man principles to it, but the way we're going to take advantage of this is we're going to move Gronkowski over. I said Gronkowski and they moved Evans. I love this game so much. Alright, we're going to move Gronkowski over and we're going to have him on a flat. I typically leave Evans on that route. And when you move Gronkowski over and snap the ball with that flat there, he takes that purple and it turns into like this man on the outside, and that allows you to bomb that route again. So if you see someone in cover 3 match like constantly, you can take advantage of it in that way. You can also run this play curls. You can like out route Gronkowski, and you have like a half field read over here. You can throw that quick. Oh my, you jumped that. That's sometimes why I don't throw that quick if they're running a lot of match. But let's see, try this one more time. You have this half field read and then you can like wait and low ball if you don't get stacked by the practice mode CPU. But typically if it's cover 3 match and they're playing like off like this, I know that I have this in my back pocket and I can just do that right there. I don't even have to worry about running curls. Even though curls is pretty effective against cover 3 still. I don't have to carry out that play action. I'm just leaving it there. I'll just stop doing that against the CPU. That's not really smart. Alright. Run this one more time. You see I'm just running the stock play. I don't know how that corner got there, but see, against cover 3 match, you can just bomb that right up there, touchdown. Nothing exciting. Next, we're gonna go. Why did I even do that? I didn't have to do that. PAY glance again. I just want to show cover 4 palms as well. That's the last coverage that I wanted to show this again. If they're in cover 4 palms, what you're gonna want to do is drag the tight end, and then you streak Evans and motion him over. Wait, am I in the right play? Yeah, I am. Why something look off? I'll see. Let's get here white glance. Oh my god, these sheds are insane. But I keep forgetting to block my running back. That's another thing. If you are getting like just sacked out of it, don't keep carrying out that play action, because it can be a problem if they have like just an insane pass rush. See, I streaked Evans and motioned him over, and it allows me to get behind their cover 4 palms, because cover 4 palms, that deep safety on the left is going to take the motioned over streak from RB, and then like the drag route, the purple is going to take the drag route, and then that leaves like X one-on-one with that guy on the left, and it turns into man coverage. That's basically how that works. Like, I'll show that one more time. Oh my A button is just really sensitive. He still beat it, like with no adjustments. There's a chance that'll happen, but sometimes that safety will run back there and help, which is why I like to do the motion over streak to make sure he doesn't. And it looks like this. Bombs away. You're gonna get that rack animation behind them basically every time. And the other plays are just like supplementary plays, like I can run this stretch if I want. Double team a guy on the edge, get a couple yards. I don't really need to show people how to run the ball too much. You know, based on the look your defense is, like when you should run the ball. Like I probably shouldn't run stretch over here because I see that extra corner, but I'm just trying to show the plays a little bit. Like you can like, if they have no outsiders right here, I would double team this guy if I just needed a couple yards. Cover 4 palms is actually really good against the run, so I'm probably like not gonna get a lot of yards. I wouldn't run stretch against this look, I'm just saying. I would be more likely to run against like a single high, like a cover 3 look. Let's see if I can look at how it will look. If you're not running toward that slot corner, I think it's a lot better. But against cover four pawns, the safeties do play in run fit, so they're gonna come down on it. But the bread and butter play in this formation is basically this double move route from PAY glance. You can just attack you can attack different ways, especially if you have hot route master. Instead of moving a guy in motion, you can like throw your running back on something. That's the first time they actually got to that route the whole time. But, wide receiver post is like it's just like that crossing route can be effective. If you're hurting them in other parts of the field, they're less likely to be playing that. And then like curls is one of my favorite plays against like, I keep curls in my audibles not so much for match coverage. I keep it more there for like a regular cover three. Like I'm gonna show you what happens against a regular cover three. Let's see. Back to Singleback Y Trips. I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but I just want to show you this real quick. Against curls, against cover three, you have like this half field read. Like if they're deep halving their corners in cover three, like this, you have like this half field read over here. You can just see if you can hit A or B. It's just practice mode. I get shedded to the point where I don't even want to run some of this stuff. I know I can run it all day in a real game, but as soon as I get in practice mode, they just own you. And the thing is, if you can't throw A, you're typically, if they're in cover three and you can't throw A, you're usually going to be able to throw B. And vice versa. Like if you can't throw B, you can probably throw A. Like look at this. That's Godwin and Gronkowski. That out route in combination, cover three. Like that low pass to the curl, if you don't have A, it's really good. And then like if you want to do something else, you can even like motion Brown in and like hitch him against cover three. This is just a cover three sky, not match, by the way. And if you're high route match, you can do that. Of course, their user probably will run to that. That's just something to keep them from running to your half field read over here. Like if you don't want them to just run to the right as soon as you snap the ball, you set it up like this with your hot route master. I mean like this, and you're just better off. You see you can throw that A basically every time. Alright, that's just another play I want to show you guys. See, wide receiver post against regular. It's just like a take what you can get play. And then if you're hurting them in that way, then it brings them down so you can bomb them with this PAY glance. But that's really the star of this formation, the play I really wanted to highlight.